We're
live.
Are we?
We did it.
Did we do it?
We did it.
Are we on?
Woo!
Woo! All right, guys. Supposedly we're live now. I'm trying to turn my part on here. Hey, it's working. Okay. Woo! Sorry, guys. It would not let us go live for some reason. Can you hear us good? Can you see us? Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. YouTube live sometimes can be very exciting. Anyway, we're back from Joe Nall. We had a wonderful time up there. Oh, I'm sorry. I know there was some guys in here a second ago, and we probably scared them off with what was going on. But like I said, hopefully you can hear everything good. You can see all of us good. I'm watching the stream here. It looks good. So, sorry. Anyway, we had a wonderful time at Joe Nall. We picked up some new airplanes, as you can see sitting here on the table. I was able to fly some really cool airplanes there. No Papa tonight. He's at home resting, and I can't blame him at all. I took a little nap today, and it felt wonderful. Joe Nall is an awesome experience, but man, a week of it, you are tired. Tired. So I'm not trying to be rude looking down here. I've got the comment section here so I can watch you guys tonight. If y'all have any questions, I'm going to try and keep up with it. Somebody saw the boozer everywhere in Joe Nall videos. Yeah, man, we got to fly all kinds of stuff there. So I'm sure the guys that have seen it, we got to fly the new Black Horse model that Free Wing just released. They had the Fairchild out there. And, I mean, what an experience. I want to thank the Motion guys again so much for letting us do that. The plane flew beautifully. The guys that saw the live on it, the ESC was set up with a brake whenever I first got a hold of it, and the brake was actually making the motor hot, and it cut it out mid-flight, and I had to do an emergency landing. But, I mean, the thing flew so easy and floaty. I just turned it in, brought it in, and just landed it just so gentle. Flew it again the next morning. I took it over to our tent and kind of worked on it a little bit and got it really flying good, and flew it the next day also, and we had a full flight on it then. Lori's telling me I missed a question already.
We have two of them. First, was it the Fairchild or the Storch?
It was the Fairchild. She asked me, was it the Fairchild or the Storch? I have not seen the Storch in person yet. It was the Fairchild, and I can tell you guys we have videos coming on these things. It's just going to take us a little bit. We got home yesterday. Lori edited a special video that we're going to actually put it up tomorrow. I double checked with Lori first. We have a special video. We're going to go on and release it tomorrow. I know we always do ours on Wednesdays, but I'm so excited. We got a video on an airplane that nobody else has been able to get a video on, and we're going to have it out for you guys tomorrow. So be looking for that. Lori says, I've got another question here already.
Of that special video, someone's asking how is it and is it worth it, so I might as well just tell them about it a little bit.
So okay, fine, we'll let the cat out of the hat. Tomorrow's video is going to be the new Free Wing 90mm F-18. I got to fly it. I got to spend time with it. It is an amazing flying airplane. I was blown away with it. This one is so much lighter than the other 90s that I've flown. Guys that have flown the F-22, you're going to be in love with the F-18. The slow flight characteristic of that airplane, you can get the nose up. But I mean, it looks like the real F-18 coming to land. It wasn't my best landing. I didn't hurt the plane or anything. It's just I was nervous, guys. It's the only one here right now. And they let me fly it, and it was awesome. You guys that have one coming right now, you're not going to be disappointed. The boozers have a gray one coming. When it gets here, we'll work it up. We've got custom decals going to be going on it. It's going to be sweet. So those of you that have been wanting to see more about that F-18, Lori has been working hard to get the video edited today on it. It'll be out tomorrow. Like I said, kind of not in our normal time frame, but it's going to be an awesome video, and we're so excited for it. We got to fly the Fairchild, and we got the F-35 video coming, so that'll be fun. It was really cool getting to be hands-on with that. you know, I got to fly a lot of stuff that I didn't even think about whenever I was going down there. The Extreme Flight guys. So if you've never looked at Extreme Flight, they make some beautiful balsa airplanes that are built super light. So I was flying it kind of looked like a Beaver. I can't remember the name of it right now. But it was all balsa, and it had about an 80-inch wing on it, but the plane weighed 6 pounds. It was so light. Guys that like a timber, that plane is going to be right down your alley. If you're looking for something to jump into balsa with, Extreme Flight makes some beautiful flying airplanes also. Because, you know, guys, I know I was at the motion stuff a lot, and we're not a motion pilot by any means as far as that's the only thing we can fly. So I made my rounds. I got to hang out with a lot of different vendors. Unfortunately, we didn't see Arrows there. It would have been cool to get to meet those guys, but they weren't there. I'm going to peek down here into the comments, see if I'm missing anything right now. F-35, guys, the ones that are excited about it, I got to see that one fly, and it is a rocket ship. The F-35, I mean, it is screaming fast. I watched the big F-22 and it flying together, and it was keeping up with that F-22 with no problem. I mean, it was fast. I got to see how durable it was. James and I forgot the guy's name that was their demo pilot out there all week. It's just slipping my mind right now. There's so much. But anyway, they came by on a low pass and clipped each other, knocked the elevator off of one, and it went down and hit a tent. They had it flying again in 10 minutes. It was crazy. Anyway, it's just been a lot of fun. Like I said, we picked up the F-8 Crusader when we were there. We picked up the MiG while we were there. We actually picked up an F-86 also, just like we just gave away. But it met its demise at Joe Nall, unfortunately. Dad was flying it early one morning, and at Joe Nall, early in the morning, the sun is right in front of you at the flight line, and unfortunately, he got it into the sun, and the plane came out the other side inverted, and he didn't catch it in time, and he flew, I mean, straight in. There was nothing left of it. So we did get some crashes on film for you guys. It's just a matter of getting them all edited. I've been really impressed with the MiG the most, to be honest. I've flown most of the 64s now, and the MiG and the F-86 honestly fly the best of all of them. This little plane, I must have flown this more than anything at Joe Nall. Funny enough, it was the cheapest plane I had there, and I just flew and flew and flew it. I was able to pick this up for $50. The funny thing that nobody talks about at Joe Nall is you can buy anything you want, and it's all cheap at Joe Nall. There's some expensive stuff, but if you just walk down the row another couple feet, I got there, and the guy unloaded beside us an E-Flight Corsair for $50, and I was like, Lori, can I have it? And she said, no, you already have one. I was like, but it's so cheap. I can have parts for mine. Hey, Wayne, I see you just jumped in. What's up, guys?
Not a question or anything, but a couple of the guys that you did meet are in here. Eric Quinn, Steve Coggins.
Okay, Eric Quinn, we got to meet you in person. We do plan on getting your face up on the channel eventually here. Like I said, we're working through things. That was a really humbling experience, guys, being at Joe Nall and having a lot of you guys come up to us in person and, hey, boozers, we know who you are. I mean, it's the coolest thing, and you know, I've never signed anybody's airplanes before, aside from the one on the live show, and a couple guys wanted us to sign their planes, and we did that for them. I mean, it was a very humbling experience. It was really neat.
Steve got his plane Papa.
Yeah, Steve and Dad went over to Steve's tent one evening with him, and he Papa Dotted his P-51 with him. So that was kind of cool. Got to see Papa Dotting live. Papa was dotting everybody's planes with him. It was really cool. What was the other one that's in here right now that came and met us? I think Barry G came and met us out there. I can't remember everybody's name. I'm sorry. We met all kinds of people at Joe Nall, though. It's Dad kept saying it. It's the Disneyland of RC airplanes. I mean, anything and everything you think. And from sun up, they start the 3D line, and all you hear is wah, 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 and you got to get out of bed because it's time to get up. And at night, the flying wings come out on the electric line, and all you hear is the little bees flying around all night. Yeah, just the screaming little. If you've ever heard a flying wing fly, imagine 30 of them in the air at the same time, screaming above your head, and that's what you sleep to at night. So your sleeping is not always the best at Joe Nall, depending on where you camp. So we're pretty tired, but man, I'm so glad we did it, and I'm definitely doing it again next year. And if me and Lori can figure a way to get the time off, we'll probably try and do the Nall in the fall. But it just kind of depends if we can get the time off to do it. Steve Harrison, cool seeing us flying in front of the crowd. Great job. Thank you on that, man. RC Jet Dude, Nall in the fall. RC Jet Dude, I watched him fly. That's Steve Hodgins. There we go. I'm trying to remember your last name, Steve, but that guy can fly too. He's very modest about it, but he's a darn good pilot, and he has some of the neatest modifications on his airplanes. RC Jet Dude, if you haven't checked out his channel, go look at the modifications that Steve has made on his planes. He's got a parachute that pops out of the back of his F4 when he lands, and he had his cockpits on the F-22 where it would open and close, and he had put all the nav lights on everything. I mean, his airplanes are gorgeous. His MiG, he put the landing lights underneath the belly. He had the afterburner in it, complete repaint. Beautiful airplanes, beautiful. So if you haven't checked out RC Jet Dude, most of you guys, I don't know if you've ever seen his stuff, but he does some of the coolest parts. And I know, Steve, answer in the comments if you do it, but don't you sell 3D upgraded parts? I believe you do. If you do, go on and link it down here. Lori, make him a moderator. That way he can share his links to his videos and everything. Yeah, and if he has a store that he sells 3D printed parts on, I think he does. He can go on and share it that way too. Papa Boozer's in the house. Lori says we've got a question.
What is the plane to your right?
What is the plane to my right? Are you talking about the MiG-15? This is the Freewing MiG-15 64 millimeter. Here, I'll go on and put it up there so you guys can see it. This was a new purchase at Nall. Here, Lori's going to come around here and grab it. You'll have to get to where you're not standing in front of the light.
Yep.
We picked it up for $50 from George Baker, believe it or not. Tired Iron Aviation. He sold it to us nice and cheap. And like I said, I probably put more flights on that little MiG than anything. And I know there was tons of videos taken of us flying it because I got brave with it and was, doing passes like that off the ground with it towards the end of the week. Because if you hit, it just bounces off. It doesn't hurt anything. And the one to the left, since you're standing there, Lori, here. This is the F8 Crusader 64 millimeters. Flew the dog out of that thing out there, too. It's already Papa dotted. Yeah, Wayne, $50. You can buy anything out there cheap. Cheap. Everything out there is nice and cheap. But if you wanted a brand new one, this plane is only $100 on Motion's website right now, shipped to your door. Both planes right here that we're looking at, these are $100, brand new. So, guys that haven't flown the 64s, they're a lot of fun. They do have an F-86. They've got a Panther, a Thunder Chief. Now, on the MiG, it actually has independent ailerons from the elevator, whereas on the Thunder Chief and the F8 Crusader, they have this kind of strange thing to where when the aileron moves, the elevator moves. So it has a lot wider turning radius than the MiG and the F-15 and the Panther, or not F-15, the MiG and the I can't keep them all straight right now. Anyway, the Thunder Chief and the F8 Crusader have a lot bigger turning radius than the other 64 millimeter jets.
3-cell or 4-cell?
Okay, guys are asking if they're 3S or 4S. All the 64 millimeter jets, Toss and Boss ones, no retracts, are 3-cell 2200 packs. And then I've also flown them on 3-cell 1500 packs. The Lippisch, I actually think, likes the 1500 a little better. I was able to toss it around a lot more. Speaking of Lippisches, The only airplane I lost at Joe Nall was my Lippisch. It's not complete loss, and I do plan on doing a repair and repaint on it. It's out in the garage right now. I don't know what had happened. I'd been flying it all week. Me and James were tearing up the sky with our 2 Lippisches, but one of the last days of the trip, I was out flying the Lippisch one morning, and I held my controller up, had nothing, and it flew off over the hill. Everybody was like, what the heck? Because I had been doing low passes with it like this. I mean, just flying the heck out of it. And all of a sudden, I mean, I went to go on my downwind, and it just kept flying, and it went on down the hill. And when it hit, it broke the wing, and it had some other damage on it. But we were planning on doing a repair video on it. There's a lot of other stuff I want to get up before that, just because, I mean, we've got the F-35 coming. We've got the Fairchild coming now, videos on that. The F-18 tomorrow. We've got the Extreme Flight guys. I was able to interview Jason Ducia, the team pilot for Extreme Flight, and he was extremely humble guy, but that is got to be the best pilot I've ever seen in my life. Jason Dudia, I can't ever say his name right. Dodia, I can't remember how to say his name. Ducia, that was it. Jason Ducia. Yep. Anyway, the guy is the best pilot I've ever seen in my life.
That's right.
Yep. Jace the Ace. There you go. We were able to do a big interview with him and get y'all some full flight demo from him on his 120-inch laser. I mean, the plane is gorgeous.
Oh my gosh.
Talked to his dad quite a bit. They had the factory owner all the way from China there with him. So that was kind of cool. We got to talk to him for a little bit about their planes and what they're doing. And it's pretty neat. If you haven't ever seen his channel, I'll make sure to link it when we do his video. The guy can fly the wings off of anything you put in front of him. I mean, it was amazing. So, guys, I just don't know how to say it. And then we haven't even talked about the main line. I mean, Joe Nall literally has anything you can think of. So as you pull in on top of this big hill that overlooks the whole thing. And at the top of the hill is the main line where all the giant planes are, the big turbines, anything that's on the main line has to be 82 inches or bigger. And most of them are way bigger than 82 inches. But we saw F-16s out there. We saw a Stuka that was big enough for me to ride in. P-51s. I mean, anything you can think of was on that main line of Joe Nall. It was just amazing. And those turbines in real life, the sound they make, some of those things were huge. They sound just like the real thing, and they smell like it too. So, and then as you drive down the hill, you get to the float plane line, and there was always float planes, especially at night. And it was beautiful going down there and watching the float planes at night landing on the little lake. Then they got RC boats down from that. And then you come down the hill a little further, and that's where the electric line is. We did a whole tour of that. And then you go further down, and then you're at the 3D line. And the 3D line is where the party is happening, man. The last night, they must have been out there till midnight karaokeing, and we could hear them a mile down at the electric line doing their karaoke. So just nuts guys out there. So anyway, that's kind of the recap there of what's going on. We filmed all kinds of stuff. I think the best crash I saw at Joe Nall as a guy was they flew 5 F-22s together. Lori, I see you. I'll get you in a second. They flew 5 F-22s together for kind of a gaggle of them. They were going to film it. And one guy got backwards, man, and they all came across, and his rolled over, and I mean, it went straight in, full throttle. It put a hole in the runway about that big. I mean, ripped it up, dug a crater in there. I've never seen foam explode that much in my life. There was nothing left of that F-22, and we got it on film. We missed the actual hit, but the aftermath we've got where the foam's just exploding everywhere, and it was the biggest crash I've ever seen. Flex Innovations was there. We got to hang out with Flex for a little bit. They loved the repainted Flex jet. I guess he doesn't see them too often done up like that. So we hung out with him for a little bit. Got to meet TK for a few minutes. I didn't get a film with him, but I did get to meet him. It was neat. It's crazy. Spectacular crashes, nothing better. That's right.
Got a few questions.
There you go. RC Jet Dude said Justin Lamb got it on video, so maybe we can borrow some video from him to put in there when we do that one of that crash. Okay, so Lori says we have some questions. Let's get caught up with some questions now. If you got questions, it's a good time, guys.
So first, was that your first time hearing a turbine engine, and wasn't it awesome?
So it's not my first time to hear one, but I haven't heard one in a long time. And I haven't ever heard any as big as some of these were. I mean, these airplanes I could have got inside of at Joe Nall. I mean, one of the jets there had to be 20 foot long. It was, I mean, just amazing. So no, it wasn't my first time, but yes, it is amazing to hear those turbines. More questions?
So what? Somebody said, Wesley, what were you thinking flying Black Horse?
Why? What do you mean, what was I thinking?
All capital letters yelling at you. What were you thinking?
Oh, man, I loved flying that Fairchild. It flew great. I haven't flown a big balsa plane in a while, and it felt good. You know, foam is great, but there's something about a balsa plane and the way it flies. They fly a lot different. It's similar to like I would say it's similar to flying like a Carbon Z Cub, but a Cub is a lot more floaty. Whereas when you get into the balsa planes, they penetrate through the air so much differently. The presence of them, man, it just felt good to fly that plane. And I know James is going to do you some awesome videos for it. It was just awesome. I enjoyed every minute of flying it. I won't say there's nothing bad you can say about a Black Horse model. I looked at it, and I mean, it was built perfect. The build quality on those planes is gorgeous. The monocoque covering on it, there wasn't a seam anywhere to be found. I mean, it was beautiful airplane. I loved it. RC Weaving, no, we did not see the Timber XL. I don't think they had it there. I saw that one. Lori, what else you got?
Are we coming back for Nall in the fall?
So a lot of guys keep saying, are we coming back for Nall in the fall? I don't know yet. It depends on if I can get off of work or not. So I switched jobs this year to be home all the time. And so I actually had to take this week off without pay. So I don't know about taking another week off without pay this year. It just depends. We'll see. I know James had really wanted me to go to the Goodfellows fly-in. Motion RC is sponsoring a fly-in in Georgia. It's just over the weekend, so I might be able to sneak up there for that one. And as more come out through the year that are close, this year we'll probably stay closer down here, guys. It's going to be really hard for me to go up north anywhere, just for logistics and money-wise to get up there. But if I get chances to go to any fly-ins, Florida, Georgia kind of stuff, I'm going to try and do those as I can. I missed Seth this year. Next year, I'm going to be a little more focused on trying to get to these events. It depends how good the channel's doing, you know. Eventually, I'm hoping that maybe that this channel might be able to kind of supplement paying for some of that stuff for me to go to all these. If it ever really takes off. So, and I'm blown away that I think it's been 5 months now. We're almost to 600. We'll probably be at 600 in the next 2 weeks, subscribers. So, I mean, who knows, guys? I'm going to try and go to as many events as I can. I really am. I'm trying. We've really been trying to upgrade this. I'm looking at a different camera now. It's just a matter of paying for it. I want to get a really high quality professional camera now. I want to get the sling for Lori to be able to hold it. That makes it real professional and easy. Just like the Motion guys, if you've ever seen their little rig, they got a thing that goes on their shoulder and they can point it real easy. It's so nice. And I kind of want to get the same setup they're running. I like my Vixia. Don't get me wrong at all. But for where I'm going to try and take this channel, I think we're going to need a bigger camera eventually. So I hope you guys can see it. It's just, the videos we're making are great, but I want to take them to the next level where they're going to be even better. And the only way to do that is to invest some more money in the camera. But we're also looking at getting the sticker machine. And it's just, the stuff is not cheap. Let's put it that way. The sticker machine is going to be probably $1,000 to be able to make nose art stickers. And the camera, I'm sure it's going to be around $1,000 or more to get the camera we want. So just takes time, guys. We're trying as fast or hard as we can. Lori says we got another question.
So you were talking about you left your job. Someone said, did you quit? What happened? What's going on with that?
Well, okay. Not to get down too far into my personal life, but yes, I worked nationwide for the past 8 years of my life for a company that I absolutely loved. But I worked 3 weeks straight away from home and then was home for 2 weeks. And it worked pretty good for a long time. And then towards Christmas, I took a new position at the company because my old position was no longer necessary. And I was driving from Columbia, South Carolina to Webster, Florida every Friday at 5 or at noon. And then at 3 in the morning on Monday, I would get back in the truck and drive back up there and spend the week there. And I lived in my office on a couch, and it wasn't working for me anymore. So yes, I left my job under my own will. No hard feelings at the company I was with. I still love them and want to go back to work there eventually. But what I was doing was not working for me. The hours were killing me, and it's not what I wanted to do anymore. I wanted to come be with Lori. So I took a big pay cut and came home. And now I get to spend more time doing what I enjoy. We're playing airplanes all the time. I get to spend more time with you guys. I'm here every night. You know, it's been weird. Like I said, not to take this too far off of Joe Nall, but I mean, I've lived my life the past 8 years all over the country. So I've probably been to where everybody lives in here. If you're from the United States, I've probably been to where you live. I've been, Minnesota. I've been all up through North Dakota and South Dakota, down to Texas. I'm originally from Texas, Kansas. The guy that won the airplane, Steve Harrison. I've actually been to the town he's from in Kansas. So, I mean, it's just, I've been all over this beautiful country. I've got to meet a lot of great people. I wish I would have started this endeavor a little sooner, because there would have been a chance I could have met a lot more of you as I was traveling the country doing what I was doing. So that's kind of the sad part of the whole deal is, I started this after I'm not traveling all over the country anymore. And, it's really hard to start traveling again once you've been doing it that long. So it was funny. We actually drove the exact same drive to get to Joe Nall that I drove every week going to my old job. And I looked at Lori about the 7th hour into the drive, and I said, okay, there's where I used to work right there. I did this every week, twice a week, this drive. So, because Joe Nall is literally like an hour from where I used to work in South Carolina, and I still drove here. So, like I said, not to take you too far down the rabbit hole there. Is there any other questions right now? Lori seems like she's got one.
Dennis Farley wants to know about our camera here.
Well, our camera came from the Pilot Ryan Amazon store. You're going to have to go on the other side because the light's going to hit it. Yep. We have a Canon Vixia. This camera can be had, I think, right off of Ryan's store for $199, I believe. It's got the built-in lens cover. It's a good starter camera, guys, if you're looking for something to film your home videos with or just around your house, anything like that. I mean, it's a great camera. It struggles a little bit on finding focus sometimes on an airplane just because a lot of cameras have a hard time with it. I don't care what you get, unless you're getting into an expensive camera with a manual focus, you're going to have some issues with trying to focus on your airplanes. I don't care what it is. So if you're looking for a really good camera, I mean, the Vixia really has done well for us. You'll see a video tomorrow that was filmed on it, the F-18 video, but you'll see it'll hunt for focus every once in a while, and it's not. You've
got to put it in sport mode.
Yeah, it needs to be in sport mode.
Really searching for that.
Yeah, if you get one, it has to be in sport mode if you're filming any kind of fast movement like airplanes or anything. We've farted with the camera enough to try and get it to do the right video quality. The microphone audio on it kind of sucks. So if you've seen, guys have known us in the past, y'all were having heck hearing us. I will tell you that if you get one, it does not support power to the microphone. So you have to get a powered microphone, and then it uses like a standard headphone jack to plug it into the thing. So I got a 20-foot long cord and a microphone on a stand that you've been seeing in all our videos, and I think everybody can hear us a whole lot better now. So here's the microphone we got. I'm not sure if it's on Ryan's Amazon store. It was like $30. It's a shotgun microphone. It's been working a lot better for us. I have noticed that if you get your transmitter near any of them, they kind of make this noise. So if you ever hear that in our videos, it's the transmitter like going past the microphone. I don't know why it does that. We've been trying to put that setup kind of behind me now, and it seems to have gotten rid of a lot of the humming noise. So what else we got here? When will we see the F-18 video? Carlos, tomorrow. It's going to release tomorrow. The F-18 video is tomorrow. I was trying to tell guys that. That was kind of our surprise. Yeah, we filmed an entire episode with it. The guys from Ocean were gracious enough to let us take the airplane. We took it back. We got to play with it in our hands. It is a gorgeous airplane. And they keep saying that it's lacking scale features, but man, it is beautiful. It's the gear doors aren't on a servo, so they don't go back up, but they're spring loaded. I mean, it's a beautiful airplane. I don't think they've skimped out on any of the scale features.
I was told it's okay to take my Nall armband off now.
Yeah, I cut my Nall armband off like 10 minutes ago. I was like, all right, I got to take this off. It was starting to hurt me.
I'm terrible about taking those off. I just leave them on until they
I couldn't get mine off. I had to cut it off.
Dang.
But, yeah, anybody that saw us at Joe Nall, I mean, I've never wore a cowboy hat in any of our videos or anything. I don't really normally wear them, but I said I'm going to take it because I didn't get a sunburn, for one thing. So anybody that saw us, I was wearing the cowboy hat for the whole time I was there. So, you know, maybe that's a new thing for the boozer. I need to start wearing a cowboy hat all the time. What do y'all think? Do I look good with it? How you doing? How y'all doing? Should I start wearing this the whole time? Put on that Texas drawl accent when I'm talking? No? What else we got, guys? Y'all got any other questions? Oh, I got a new Boozer shirt on tonight.
Yeah,
Let me stand up and show you this. This is the Lucky Strike shirt. Hang on, I'll run over there real quick. This is actually probably one of my favorite shirts so far. Look at that.
There it is.
Small one looks good. Mary Boozer on the red.
Beard.
Does that look good? Lower?
Lower. There you go. There
Ooh,
she
squat
is.
thrust, guys. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Anyway, I'm actually really digging this shirt. Y'all miss me?
Lucky Strikes.
Anyway.
Ain't you from Texas?
Ain't you from Texas? Yes, sir. Originally. Florida transplant now, though. Yeah, we saw the OV10 is out. Excuse me. It's kind of the thing I was talking about earlier. It's the money part about it. It's not a foam one. So that OV10 is probably going to end up costing about $1,200 if we do it. And we're trying to figure out if that's what we want to do right now or if we want to hold off a little bit. We love the look of that OV10, but like I said, the money, I can have a lot of jets in foam for $1,200 right now that I've been really looking at. Lori says we have another question.
When are we going to do Vinyl Girl stickers?
So, like I said on the vinyl thing earlier, it all depends on money right now, guys. So, like I said, this is a small little operation. We really haven't made any money off of anything yet. Once we hit 1,000 subs, we can start monetizing. We can have super chat. Like I said, the shirts are really the only place we're making money right now. And they're selling decently. But the printer to make the vinyl stickers is going to cost us probably around $1,000. And it's not something I just want to jump into lightly. Let's put it that way. We're trying to make sure all this is working really well before we jump all the way into the vinyl stickers. When we get it figured out, it will come in the future. I just don't know how fast that's going to happen, guys. There's a lot going on right now. I kind of think I want to invest in the camera first to be able to make more, excuse me, to make the videos for you. At the end of the day, we're a YouTube channel, and if I'm going to invest that kind of money, I really think it would be better to do a really good camera rig that's going to film the best videos of the airplanes for you guys that I can. Because the Vixie is great, like I said, but I got that when I didn't know if we were going to really do this all the way or not. And here lately, it's just been getting to where, I mean, we're loving this and we're getting bigger every day. It's taken off a little quicker than, I mean, it's going to be, I want to put the money back into the channel, like I said, if I can. Let's put it that way.
So a couple of questions. One, kind of going with this.
We will probably look at Patreon guys that want to do that.
And what is the next plane we're talking about reviewing?
Next plane we're going to review. Well, the F-18 is coming in gray. I think there's an F-35 coming right now. I'll have to check on that from one of our sponsors. Outside of, it's not really like a sponsor as in a company, but a friend of ours at the field, I think, has one. So one of the ways I do a lot of these reviews, guys, is the guys at the field say, I'm going to get this airplane in. Do you want to take it, put it together, give it back to me when you're done, and you can fly it? Because most of them trust me more to fly it than any of them trust themselves to fly them for the maiden. So normally I get to do them anyway. I said, look, can I just film your maiden? We have the P-38 from Flightline in both colors. That'll be coming to the channel soon. But like I said, well, hey, you want another one? We did the build video on this F-8 Crusader. We've got the MiG set in here. We got to do a video on that. I mean, there's plenty of stuff coming. In the immediate future, though, tomorrow, the review is going to be on the F-18.
I almost forgot. Phoneboy was asking, not the triplane, but the biplane.
Okay, so the two planes behind me, these are the Great Planes. They're old kits. You can't get these anymore. Well, you can on eBay for ridiculous amounts of money. But you've got the Fokker DR1, and then that's the Fokker D7 over there. I can hand it to you, Laura. You're not going to come over here. Oh, okay. Here, I'll get them up and pick them up, though.
I was getting you some water.
Thank you. Yeah, this is the Fokker D7 from Great Planes. They used to make this little kit a long time ago. Beautiful little airplane. It's all balsa and built up. I've flown it quite a bit, actually. We filmed a video of it. We have all four in the series except for the Spad. There's also a little Camel that you can't see right now. What's the other one? There's four of them, and I can't remember what the other one is right now, but we've got all of them, and we do plan on doing a video on those eventually, but it's not on the top of our list because you can't buy it anymore, so it's... I'm going to take a drink. Woo, sorry, the dog just went crazy. Been talking for a little bit here. Had to get a drink. SE5, thank you. Somebody got it. There we go. Oh, it was Papa Boozer. SE5 is the other one. So we do want to do a video of that eventually. Dad actually has a little Snoopy in his. He's got the Camel. He's got the Snoopy, and I've got the Red Baron. So that'll be a fun video when we do it. Sorry about that, guys. I had to take a drink here. You talk solid for an hour, it just gets to where you got to do that. Okay, P-38, big, nice plane. Have the silver one. Yep, I've flown the silver P-38. Guy at the field has it. Guy at the field actually owns the other one. And I've enjoyed it. And we're going... Dog just laid down right in front of the camera. We're going to be doing the green one live on here. We'll pop a dot it. We'll airbrush it, the whole deal. It'll be a lot of fun. I don't know about if it's going to be on the live or not, but we'll definitely be filming videos of it. So Any other guys in here asking questions? Michael Reja, I fly an Airbrush A380 with 4 EDFs, 430 amp ESCs. It worked out okay, but I tried to install a Castle 10 amp VEC. I can't get one side to arm now. Any ideas? I'm trying to think of what you might do. So you've still got 4 throttle leads on that then, which if you still have 4 ESCs in it, have you unhooked the power from the ESC wires? Because you really only need one yellow wire going in whenever you do it like that. When you've got 4 coming in, anytime you do a multi-engine plane, you only need one providing power. But if you have a BEC, you don't need any power. So the red wire should be disconnected on all of your servo leads from your ESCs to your throttle channel on that. Hopefully that helps you on that. If not, comment to me on our Facebook channel or our Facebook page. Send me pictures of how you wired that, and I will try and help you through that if I can, if that doesn't solve your issue. ESC calibration is also a good thing. Full throttle, plug it in, beep, beep, pull it down, beep. What else? Anything else? Am I missing something else?
Airbrush pressure setting for weathering.
Airbrush pressure. Airbrush pressure setting. I usually leave my airbrush set at 40 pounds, guy. 40. 40 pounds is what I'm normally running my airbrush at for all the videos you've seen. I'm sure some guys tell you to fluctuate that more than I do, but on my planes, I've set it to 40 pounds a while back and just never have looked back at it. It's been working great. I actually have some airbrushes setting right here. This is the one that we've got linked on Pilot Ryan's Amazon store, and I got this one somewhere along the way. They're so cheap, guys, anymore. I'll run an airbrush for 4 or 5 airplanes. These are about 20 bucks. When they start kind of gumming up, this one's already starting to kind of do it. I clean them as best as I can, but they start to stick eventually. You can't get every little piece of paint out of them. Or let me phrase that, it's not worth my time to get every single piece of paint out of it every time. For some of these are like $5 that I use, and they still work just as good for doing what I'm doing. I'm sure if I was painting girls on the side of the planes, I'd want some better ones, but for the little bit of dirtying up I do, I get the cheapest airbrushes I can, and when they go to crap, I throw them away and just order another one for $5 to $10. And why mess with trying and take every little piece? Because there's a million little pieces in one of these. Like I said, it's not worth my time to try and save these $10 airbrushes as long as I can. I mean, I clean them every time, and I usually can use one for a couple, I don't know, months, 2 months if I'm airbrushing a ton. If not, I mean, I get a year out of them. But I just always keep an extra one on hand. When one dies, I throw it away and I order another one. Because like I said, they're so cheap, I just get new ones. Thanks whoever's sharing the Teespring store, Dave Kowalski. Thank you. Let me get another drink, guys. Uh-oh. Winnie, whoa. The dog just kicked the camera. Winnie, get out.
Oh, no.
Get out of here, Winnie. No, get out of here. The dog kicked the camera stand. Sorry about that, everybody. Woo, a little shaky.
I think I got it fixed back now.
All right, so close enough. Yeah, the dog, he was
shaking the legs.
That's our dog, Winnie. He was over there, decided to lay right in front of the camera, and then he started itching himself and kicked the stand. So, yeah, you know, live chat. It's half of the fun. Oh, I'm killing this water tonight. I'm drinking like crazy. The one thing I do have to say at Joe Nall is the dust.
Oh, man.
Oh, my gosh. So we got there, and it was just pouring. So we get there, and everybody's getting stuck all over the place, burying their RVs and stuff. We got lucky. We drove in. There was a spot right by the motion hangar. We backed our trailers in, and we left our cars there for 2 days and didn't move them. But, I mean, it put some ruts in when we went in. And by about the 3rd day, it dried out, and then all those muddy rut holes everywhere that people had planted become potholes, and then it became no grass and dust. and the road that everybody drives on, because everybody wants to go to the 3D line, is right in front of us. And our car must have had an inch of dirt sitting on the top of it when we went to leave. And I mean, you've been breathing it all week. And so my throat's a little sore right now. But our car was awful looking. And we were driving back, and we kind of hit a little rain shower, and just mud running all down the car everywhere. It was disgusting looking, but it was funny. The other thing we kind of want to get right now is we want to kind of do like George did and get us some kind of RV or a trailer or something, and we want to do it all boozered out to take to all these shows, because I rented a U-Haul, and if I rent a U-Haul 4 times, I'll have paid for a trailer. So that's another one of those expenditures that if we're going to start traveling around, going to all these shows, I'd like to have a way for me and Lori to comfortably go to these shows, take the airplanes, have a place to sleep at night, that kind of thing. So we got to get an RV now, and we don't have one of them either. Man, my throat just started hurting, guys.
Bomber Boozer
Been
RV.
talking like, yeah, the Bomber Boozer RV. I was talking to her about it. I was like, man, I want to get it and put the nose art of the Mary Boozer on it, tail number on the back with the triangle like it should be, the big stars and bars on the side. I mean, it would be fun to pimp out either a trailer or an RV or something all boozered out like that. You know, the other funny thing, we must have give out 200, 300 stickers at Joe Nall to people, and I started seeing them towards the end of the week stuck on everything. So George had put one on the back of the tired iron rig. I had seen them on airplanes. I couldn't believe all the people that had them on their airplanes. I saw an F4 Phantom one day that was beautiful, all weathered out. It had a Boozer sticker right on the side of it, and I was like, Dad, look at that. It's somebody put our sticker on their F4. I was just blown away that people are supporting us like that. So, and I've seen them stuck on car windows, and it was cool seeing the Boozers logo going out everywhere. You know, it's funny to me to think back. I wonder what my grandfather would have said, knowing that the nose art off of his plane now is going everywhere. Something he would have probably never thought would have been everywhere.
It's on the back of the RC Jet Dude trailer too. Steve.
There you go. Steve said it's on the back of the RC Jet Dudes trailer now. I mean, James said he's put one up in his hobby room. So in the motion videos, I've actually noticed it. It's a little sticker about that big, and it was hiding under the Mirage last time I saw it. But it's funny, and Ryan's got one on the back of his computer. So the Boozer sticker's getting everywhere, and I love it every time I kind of see one out of the corner of my eye on somebody's video or on a car or whatever. Little Mary Boozer sticker. I'm just like, oh man, that's cool. You know, I've always been a nobody. You know, nobody's ever known who I was, so it's just kind of cool to see that it's getting out there. I wasn't ever trying to get famous at this or anything. We were just trying to share our love of the RCs and kind of spread it. And it's cool where it's gone, guys. And I'm very humble. It's because of you guys that support us every week and come in and show the love to our channel that we're able to do this. And I just love it. That being said, I am tired after Joe Nall. Steve, I don't know how you've been doing it, man, because he was at Jet Fest. He had drove all the way down for that. Steve, didn't you go to Florida Jets? What was it called? E-Jet. No, there was another one like 2 or 3 weeks ago down here. Did you go to that one too? Steve gets around to all these events, and it blows me away. And I have to give Steve's son compliments. His son is, Steve, answer this. How old's your son? 12, I believe. He is one of the best young pilots I've seen. That kid was flying his little jet every day, all day. Anything he could get his hands on, that kid was flying out there. And he flies good. He's getting there, man. He's going to be one of those kids eventually that we go to Joe Nall, and he's doing the demos for everything. I can see that coming, Steve. Your son is going to be a big splash in the RC community in a little more time. I mean, the kid flies great. He was everywhere, and he was running all over the place. He looked like he was at Disneyland. I think Joe Nall was Steve's kid's Disneyland. He was always on the simulator. Somebody would crash something and go to throw it away, and his kid would go over there and he got the Hobby King noontime demo. They went in and put a C-130 right in the middle of the demo, and they gave it to him, and he was over there gluing it together in the floor. And that F-22 that drove into the ground. His son got over there and put it all back together, glued it all back together. He was cracking me up. He was having a good time out there. Guys that have kids, Joe Nall is a place too. You know, everything out there is oriented towards families. The facilities there are, the runways are like a putting green. I mean, I know they put in a runway. I landed on the grass 90% of the time because we're used to landing in our ruddy old cow pasture out here that you've seen. Out there, they came out with like the mowers to mow a golf course. And I mean, it was like putting green to land on. It was beautiful. And the facilities, I mean, the shower houses were, I mean, beautiful. Not only electric line, we had a shower trailer, but I'm telling you, I was thankful to have that shower trailer that I didn't have to walk really far for. And we used the RV to go poop in, so we didn't have to use the porta potties, but they were there if you needed to.
You've got a mustache hanging down and it looks kind of weird.
I got a weird thing going on. I need to shave, guys. I got the mountain man going on right now. Is that better?
That's better.
Should I put it out here? Wee wee.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. Wee wee. Uh-huh. Anyway. Well, guys, it's coming up on 9 o'clock. I don't want to keep you too long. I just want to, you know, anytime we do this, I don't want to ever waste your time. I wanted to talk about what had gone on at Joe Nall. We had a blast hanging out with everybody who was there. Like I said, I can't thank Steve and George and, I mean, all the guys that were in the motion hangar this week. They treated us like family. I have to say they were the only group, Motion RC was there from the time we got there till the time we left, and they were open from 6 in the morning to midnight where people could come up and look at them planes. And the other vendors that were there weren't like that.
Like
So
9 to 5 for them.
maybe if we were lucky, and they all showed up on like Wednesday.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and their hospitality, anybody that came up, they were talking to them. They were letting them touch and feel the planes. It was great. And I thank them so much again for letting me fly the planes. If James or any of them sees us tonight, thank you so much for the opportunity to fly the airplanes and be able to share them with our community. Guys, I really hope you enjoy the F-18 video tomorrow. I wasn't going to tell you about it. I was going to make it a secret, but everybody outed me right off the bat and was like, when's the F-18 video? So y'all already knew it was coming, the guys that were seeing our post from Joe Nall. Like I said, thank you. Was there any questions I missed before we sign off, guys? Here's your chance. If you got any questions for us, let me know right now. We'll go a couple more minutes here.
Are you from France?
No, oui. No, I am not from France. I've been to Paris, Tennessee, though. Does that count?
Paris, Texas?
Or is it Paris, Texas?
Paris, Texas.
And then Athens, Georgia?
Yeah.
Yeah, RC Jet, dude, thanks for coming by tonight, man. Means a lot that you came by. I know you've got to be tired because we are wore out, and you were there all week. And, yeah. The Quebec Lumberjack. Paris, California. There's Parises everywhere. It's funny.
It's like Venice.
Somebody said I'm going to have to go wee-wee after all that water. I almost choked myself on that one. Where else do you get content like this? All right, guys. Well, if there's no more questions, I had a blast being here. Thank you, everybody that came by and met us. I'm sorry if I missed any of your names tonight. I am very tired. We really did enjoy meeting each and every one of you that came by and got stickers and shirts, and so it was cool. I mean, I saw the shirts walking around, and I was like, Lori, look, somebody's walking around in one of our shirts. I mean, it was cool. It was a really neat experience, and I can't wait to do it again. I had a ball, guys. So thank you for staying with the Boozers tonight. I'm sorry we had a little bit of a rocky launch. We don't know what happened there, but the internet, I don't know. We've done everything we can to make this successful. I hope you like our new setup. I'm going to start trying to sneak airplanes and trucks and stuff in the background. You know, we've got the Wraith, and the this is a Axial SCX10, and we've got our sailboat. We want to do the sailboats video still. It's just there's so many good content videos to go right now. Yeah. Anyway, I'm calling it, guys. We've had a great time. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bye.